morning edition, the country says farewell to Dame Marguerite as she celebrates her 87th birthday. DPM Turncrest has his say on Bahamas Power and Light. And Baby Jardé Grant needs your help. Opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you will miss them. Welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks for waking up to us. We are wishing for a cool down to these scorching temperatures. Let's check in with our smooth weatherman Basil Dean with a check on what's happening weather-wise. Basil?
Good morning, LaDawn. Our ZNS Tower Cam pointing towards the harbor area, and it's picking up some fair weather clouds in that neck of the wood. But there's a weather system heading this way. We'll change all of that, so do stay tuned. The details coming up later in the newscast. Our satellite picture, however, is showing that troughing remaining across the northwest Bahamas. That's firing up pockets of showers and thunderstorms. That will be moving towards the west, but then we're watching this tropical wave that's moving towards the west as well. That will spread some showers into our area later on tonight and tomorrow. But outside of our studios, just a few clouds, temperature 81 degrees, relative humidity 73%, easterly winds at 5 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,017.4 millibars, that is 30.04 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning, we're picking up 80 degrees in Marsh, Abaco, Greentoe, Key, also Freeport at 80 degrees, the Berry Islands 82, 83 in Alistown, Bimini, Harper Island 82, 81 in Rockstown, Eleuthera, Alderstown, Cat Island, Staniel Key, Kemps Bay, St. Andrews, and Fresh Creek and Central Andrews, all at 81 degrees. In San Salvador and Rum Key, more 81s there as well, and that extends right into Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana, 80 degrees, Ackland's 80, 81 in Matthewtown, Inagua, the Turks and Caicos Islands also at 81 degrees. Your boating forecast for today in the northwest and central islands, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet, low tide. That will take place at 9:04 this morning, high tide at 3:27 in the afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas, the winds will be increasing 12 to 18 knots out of the southeast, wave heights building 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. As a result, caution flags go up for boaters in the southeast Bahamas. That's going to do it for your first look at weather the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. It's time for the Bahamas First Traffic Report with our Jimonita Swain and the morning edition traffic team.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're coming to you live from West Bay Street, just in the area of Sanders Beach. Not too much happening traffic-wise in this area. Beautiful day for a swim if you have the time. But to find out what you need to know as you prepare to leave the house to make your morning commute, we now turn to Corporal Christopher Wims of the Police Traffic Division. Good morning, Corporal Wims.
Good morning, Ms. Swain. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, are there any areas of concern that motorists need to keep in mind as they prepare to make their morning commute?
Yeah, we want to still be mindful in the area of Samala Butler Highway. That's still creating the challenges for us.
Now, one of the things we often see as well is persons not having children, even very little toddlers, restrained in car seats. How great is the challenge how great is that challenge for traffic officials?
Oh, that's a huge challenge. We all have those kids that we just don't want to say no to when they ask, Daddy, could I sit in the front seat? And as casual as we may think it is, allowing them to sit in the front seat or practice driving, that's a big no-no because it has big repercussions. We don't want to cause any injuries to our darlings of our nation. We have seen some accidents and some tragic things can happen to kids while sitting in the front seat, not wearing any seatbelt.
And definitely, obviously, we often urge persons to wear their seatbelts as well. Like you mentioned, you don't want the children injured, but we don't want to see adults injured in accidents either.
You're right. And most persons, they get injured because they don't wear their seatbelt. And in the upcoming weeks, you're going to see traffic enforcement officers, a strong presence on the streets, and I can assure you that.
That will be one of the areas that person's going to be ticketed for.
All that we're mandated to do, we're going to do.
Well, as they say, a word to the wise is sufficient. Thank you so much, Corporal Wims, for joining us this morning. Back to you in studio, LaDawn.
Thanks so much, Anita. Now on to our top story this morning. It was a fitting tribute for a dame. There was standing room only inside St. Agnes Anglican Church on Blue Hill Road last night as hundreds attended a special service of Thanksgiving honoring the work and dedication of Governor General, Her Excellency, the Most Honorable Dame Marguerite Pinling. Dame Marguerite has been attending this church since she was 16 years old, and to date, she is a fixture at the early morning worship service every Wednesday and Sunday. Dame Marguerite thanked everyone who attended the special service, as well as the nation, for their well wishes as she demits the office of Governor General.
When I assumed the office of Governor General, I said to the nation that I would emphasize the need to do all we can to unite our people and encourage all of us to spread a renewed level of love for our fellow citizens. I remain deeply convinced that the practice and demonstration of our Christian values will bring a new level of unity to all our people, resulting in a nation where the love of God is reflected in how we live together as one united people.
Minister of Labor, Senator the Honorable Dion Fowlkes, addressing the issue of trade dispute resolution efforts during his Tuesday contribution to the 2019-2020 budget debate in the Senate, reported that there were a total of 245 trade disputes filed during the first quarter of 2019. Out of that number, 109 were resolved, 82 pending, 21 withdrawn, and 33 matters referred to the Industrial Tribunal here in New Providence. He also offered similar statistics for the Family Islands during the same period.
There was a total of 85 disputes filed. 95 were resolved, 49 are now pending, 2 were withdrawn, and 9 were referred to the tribunal. Our able officers, our conciliators, down to the Department of Labor, and we have about 5 of them. They worked on a daily basis to get these matters resolved.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable K. Peter Turnquest, is the latest to comment on the challenges of the Bahamas Power and Light Company that continues to have frequent load shedding exercises, much to the frustration of customers here in the capital. While Turnquest notes that officials at BPL are working to address the problem, he characterized it as an unfortunate and regrettable state. He spoke to reporters following NEMA's baseline assessment workshop.
We continue to work on solutions. As you know, the government has acquired, or BPL has acquired, several new engines that they are installing, which they have indicated will be up and running, I think, in the fall, early fall, which should go a long way to relieving this issue. The fact of the matter is that the issues with BPL and its legacy BEC have been long-running. It's unfortunate at the turn of events that have happened with that once very proud and reliable institution. But it points out the effect that policy can have on these state-owned enterprises. In that particular circumstance, a decision was made, I think in 2010, that affected its financial standing.
A Bahamian male was charged in a magistrate's court yesterday in connection with the murder of a local entertainer that took place last Friday. 32-year-old Shimano Cooper of Sandilands Village Road was charged on 1 count of murder by means of unlawful harm, intentionally causing the death of Bahamian musician Devon MD's Alastair Knight. He was not required to enter a plea and has been remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections. He returns to court on August 15th. Governor of the Central Bank, John Roll, informed nearly 350 financial services professionals about the risk factors and the progress the Bahamas has made in their efforts to combat money laundering and the risk associated with the illegal activity. The information was revealed during a one-day anti-money laundering and countering financial terrorism seminar at the Melia Nassau Beach Resort yesterday. Governor Roll says the seminar's focus is to get the industry aware of the high risk for abuse in the financial services system.
The recent work by the Central Bank looks at the way in which funds are deposited into accounts in the Bahamas and the local banks. whether they are cash deposits or wire transfers or checks. And that helps in the sense that wherever you see large concentration of cash deposits, it's an easy inroad for potential criminal activity.
And when we return, Baby Jardé needs your help, so stay with us. All of that and more when the Morning Edition comes right back.
Well, I watch the Morning Edition for sports, entertainment, news. It's the perfect.
Welcome back to the Morning Edition. 3 local youth bands have all come together in harmony. It's a musical treat that will leave all attending the upcoming Independence celebrations marching to the beat. Our Kelsey Johnson tells us in this report that these bands are ready to walk the historic Clifford Park.
Seconds before the band strikes up a tune, the 2 band majors make sure that everyone is in formation. And with the sound of the whistle, a twist or 2 of the baton cues the drum leader to give the beat. At the end of the 4 count is a pulsating sound that will make you rock.
Music is a lot of work, a lot of time, morning, noon, and night. You have to arrange the music, then you got to practice the routines, then you got to ensure that each section, whether it be the trumpet section or the drum line or the sousaphone section, that they are fine-tuned, or even the clarinet section. It is so much that goes into music, and we just need everybody to come out and watch the spectacular performances.
The high level and professional standards by members of the Bahamas All-Stars, Mount Moriah Transformers, and the Urban Renewal Bands are just a few reasons why they were selected for this year's Independence celebrations.
The 3 bands are well known to each other. We try to keep the band members together. All of them go to the same schools and so forth. So this is actually a good effort that we're putting forward. The children are excited, the parents are excited, the directors, we of course are excited. So we love the idea. It is very important to keep the unity together because as small as this grouping of kids are, they play a very pivotal role within the schools and their communities.
So while you mark your calendar for Independence Day, counting down the days to the musical treat, the dancers and fly girls will be fine-tuning their routines to step high.
Well, the routine is very simple. It's just hand movements, basic stance that we would do for an ensemble as they're performing.
You have to have that rhythm, and you also, with flagging, you have to have a certain type of holding of the pole.
The dancers are dancers, and they perform at the different dance schools around the Bahamas, here in New Providence.
So the flag must be on beat, or the person has to be on beat?
The flag has to be on beat, and the person has to be on beat with the dance routine itself. So the flag sometimes have an off, what you call beat, but it has to appear to be all on the same beat.
And if you can't wait to find out just what you'll be grooving to, Yonel Justilian gives you a sneak peek.
This song that we're playing, this is selected from the Independence Chairman. So we're just providing the entertainment, the music background for vocalists. Well, it's going to be more than just vocals. It's going to be dancing and a lot of other activities happening around the song itself.
Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Network News.
Good story there, Kelsey. As the saying goes, it's more of a blessing to give than to receive, and that's exactly what one local business establishment did to assist a 1-year-old baby girl and her family with the funds she needs for a life-altering surgery. The Morning Edition crew was there to capture the check presentation with her parents, who say it came at the right time.
From a distance, she looks like she's sleeping. Jardé Grant was born with ocular cysts, tiny eyes, a cleft lip, and palates. Her parents, Derica and Jarvis Grant of Jumanji Circus, say Jardé has a sixth sense and is loved by everyone, including her immediate family. During a check presentation of some $3,000 by Junkanoo World, baby Jardé's mother, Derica, gave us an update on her condition.
She has had her cleft lip repaired, and so that was one surgery, and then so far she's had 2 surgeries on her eyes where both eyeballs were removed completely. Right now we're in the process of getting prosthetics. She has implants in at the moment, but they're temporary, and right now we're trying to get her fitted for something called a scalera shell, which will cover the slits that you see, and eventually we will have some that look like regular eyes. So she still has at least one more surgery for her palate, which is still open on the inside of her mouth and nose. But other than that, she is a pretty normal child.
While thanking members of Junkanoo World and other monetary donors for their amazing support and generous gift, Darika told us that baby Jade's next surgery is scheduled for August.
We have a 2-week procedure that we have to go to in Miami in the month of July that we're still trying to raise funds for. But because she's a growing child, she will have to have surgery every 2 to 3 years to adjust. Like the hospitals that we've attended have given us discounts and, you know, as much as they possibly could give us in terms of the medical expenses. The Bahamian public has been very, very supportive. We've had about 5 fundraisers so far, and those who could not give came to support.
Marsha Smith says she is excited that Junkanoo World has stepped up and lived up to their commitment by donating $3,000 for baby Jade's medical expenses.
We have committed to raising a sum of $10,000, and thus far we have $3,000. And we just like to think of, everyone always says we have to bridge the gap. There's someone in need, something that has to be done, so we are the bridge.
A booklet bearing Jade's name and a pretty pink drop box for monetary donations are stationed at Junkanoo World for persons looking to help.
Malia Neely has decided to make a difference in this society where it often needs, I guess, overlooked. This morning she is here with us in studio to talk about her initiative, I guess, Uniforms for All. Malia, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Thank you.
So talk to us a little bit about the Uniform for All, where the inspiration come from.
Well, my grandmother was a custodian at Bahamas Academy, so she's a major inspiration. I want to continue her legacy. She had a little room where she gave uniforms to people, so I really want to continue what she did.
And where did this, I guess, is there actually money involved? What does the actual program entail?
Well, I'll let my partner Tennille.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is a non-profitable organization worldwide, and our aim is to help students that are unfortunate to have hope.
And how many people can you say will actually benefit from this special initiative?
Well, last year we received over 650 uniforms, and we gave away almost all. So I'm thinking this year we're trying to
double that amount.
Yes.
And how can persons, I guess, or where can persons actually drop off, I guess, those particular uniforms?
Well, we have 3 bins, one at Solomon Jamrock, one at Solomon Supercenter, and one at Costrite. So persons can go to any one of those 3 and donate their uniforms. And the person who donates the most will receive a $250 gift certificate for John Bull Business Center.
And how has it been so far? Have persons been receptive to your initiative?
Well, last year we did really well, and this year we're anticipating the same.
And Tennille, talk to me a little bit about your involvement in this initiative.
Well, I'm a new member. I've just joined this year, and I hope to be more as we go.
And what do you think about the initiative that Malia?
I actually like, because I actually do want to help people in the future, and this is very good. I like what she's doing.
And I know you've just recently graduated from QC. Are you going to continue the program once you, I guess, go off to university?
Yes, we do plan to, and we plan to have it continue. So we're always looking for new people, so it has continuum.
Malia, Tennille, thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck on your new initiative.
Thank you.
Jonathan, what's coming up in sports?
Well, LaDawn, the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association closing out its Junior Nationals yesterday. We'll hear from some of the champions. Welcome to sports, everybody. Officials in the Government Secondary School Sports Association still dealing with some financial issues, and they're hoping to come to a speedy resolution.
We didn't really do our job as officials to help the sports, whether it's soccer, whether it's basketball, whether it's volleyball, and now we have to wait almost 2 years for monies. I think that's ridiculous. And we're looking out to a minister to actually sit with us as officials and with the president of high school sports so that we can come to an agreement before the new school year begins.
7 student athletes from St. Augustine's College have received Division I scholarships to further their education through the sport of track and field. Sprinter Adrian Curry on his way to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Distance runner Sasha Knowles taking her talents to Clayton State in Georgia under the tutelage of our very own Chris Brown. Quarter miler Raymond Oriaki heading to the Pitt Panthers. Fellow quarter miler Megan Moss joining Golden Girl Debbie Ferguson at the University of Kentucky. Venetia Adderley, she's joining a long list of Bahamians who've attended Purdue. Oral Roberts, a preferred destination for Bahamian track and field athletes. And Laquel Kinte will join that group. As for hurdler Oscar Smith, he is off to Kansas State. The Bahamas Low-End Tennis Association Junior Nationals coming to a close yesterday at the National Tennis Center. Among the winners, Sydney Clark in the girls' 18s, Peyton Anderson in the girls' 16s, and William McCartney in the boys' 12s.
I feel really good. I was excited when I won, and I was really proud of myself because I went out there, I was focused, and I delivered.
It just feels good knowing that the practice pays off and I was able to put it into my game and win the tournament. I was just making sure that I stayed calm throughout the tournament and was able to play my game and was able to pull out through and win it.
It was a tough match in the finals. In the second set I was down, but I just pushed myself to and tried my best.
The Royal Bahamas Defence Force set to host its 29th annual Fun Run Walk on Saturday. This year's theme, raising the standard through fitness.
The Royal Bahamas Defence Force has been setting the standard in fitness in the country for years. And so every year, when we have this event, we invite health professionals, fitness professionals. We invite our colleagues from over throughout the agencies to come.
We're doing a 6-mile run for all the runners. It will start at the eastern parking lot of Goodman's Bay and go all the way to Sandyport Bridge, the foot of Sandyport Bridge. Then you turn around and come right back, and we'll end at the western part. And then the walkers will start from the same position and then head up to Starbucks roundabout and come back and end at the western parking lot.
Andrews Barry Islands Regatta set for next week, July 4th through the 7th in Morgan's Bluff. Race coordinator Stafford Brister tells us which sloops will be lining up.
We have like 20 boats going down there. We have A, B, and C. And to add to the list, we have 2 brand new boats from Andros who's on the list this time. We have the Southern Cross, the Ed Sky, the Red Stripe, and the Good News. Those are the 4A classes. In the B class, we have 5, Ant's Nest, Cobra, Barbarian, Udiva, and Lady Nathalie. And the class C, we have the Andros boats up front there, the Melva B, Revelation, Thunderbird, Carla D, that's the brand new boat owned by Mr. Sidney Forbes, and then we also have the Baby Harriet. And along with those boats, we have the Irene Goodnight, Sweet Island Gal, Barbarian, Lady Eunice, and H2O.
That's a look at sports. The morning edition comes back after the break.
In our final look at weather, the tropics remain quiet, continue to have that Sahara dust coupled with the upper level wind sharing, which is keeping a lid on those tropical cyclone development. But we have that troughing across the northwest Bahamas, which will once again fire pockets of showers and thunderstorms over that part of the area. But then there's this tropical wave over the central Bahamas that, working its way slowly towards the west, will spread some showers into our area later on tonight and tomorrow as well. Our forecast for today called for partly sunny and hot with spotty showers, high temperature getting up to 92 degrees. The heat index today, well, should be around 103 degrees. And then tonight, partly cloudy once again, a few more showers in the mix with the low temperature getting down to 79 degrees. Your extended weather forecast over the next 7 days, a few showers into Friday as that waves make its way into our area. Thereafter, drying out a bit on Saturday and head through the weekend and the early part of next week. A lot more sunshine in the forecast. Temperatures remaining very hot in the low 90s. Ladon?
Thanks a lot, Basil. And that's a wrap for us today. Make sure to join us tomorrow at 7 a.m. sharp for more Morning Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great day, everyone.
Take that mess from off the wall. Give that baby back its ball. Leave other people things alone. There's other ways to get involved. Don't be no fool, stay in school. Let your mind become a tool. Church were made for fools to be. Locked away from